What's up? Friday, and it's almost weekend time. Today I am smoking the Opus X Oscuro 2014. Uh, it's not dramatically different than the other Oros. Wrapper seems slightly lighter in terms of color. Flavor-wise, I don't see much of a distinction. This was a Churchill, so I'm a little ways into it. I did smoke an Oro yesterday, and I will tell you, the ash stayed all the way on for a while. Couldn't even tap it off if I wanted. I tried a couple times. It's like, oh, it's gonna fall on me, so I went to go tap it. It wouldn't come off. The ash was like paper white. It was very smooth. This one, the ash is not staying on. It's flaking and falling off a lot. I've had to clean it up a bunch of times. Not really burning super clean. Now, I have to say, it doesn't tell you anything about the cigar. Uh, Again, this kind of beating a dead horse. I have seen time and time again that, um, I've said time and time again, rather say that you don't know what happened to a cigar before it made it to you. You don't know how the people that were selling it to you or shipping it or whatever handled it. Then it gets to you, and there's a whole bunch of other little nuances here and there. You know, how well it's humidified. Not all cigars like the same level of humidity. You probably heard time and time again, Cubans like to be around, 65, between 62 and 65%. I don't know personally how true that is. I always keep my Cubans in the same. I've never really had much of a problem. There were a couple of times I will say that some of the lower end Cohibas that I've seen, not the like special editions or anything else like that, there was a lot of trouble pulling them. Right, it's possible that they were too hydrated and they swelled up, and that was the reason why. But there's also a lot of other issues with Cubans, like because the demand is so high. A lot of times, they won't be completely mature when they get sent out. There could also be knots in the rolling process. So my brother actually had that problem a bunch of times with the Cohibas that I gave him, and he took a little skewer, went right down the middle, opened up a little air tunnel to get some pull out of it, and then they smoked just fine. So I think that's probably one of the issues. Anyways, I mean, I've spoken about this cigar. Like I said, this edition, I guess. I don't know what the word to call this is. So, I might be wrong. Anybody who's more knowledgeable than me, please feel free to correct me. But I was under the assumption that when you put this date tag on it, for lack of a better word, is that it has been rolled and aged since that year. So apparently this cigar has been resting for 6 years. I've also heard a couple places that it's the blend for that particular edition from that year. I've heard combinations of all of the above. The tobacco's been fermenting since that year, and then they just rolled it. The cigar was rolled in that year, and it's been resting. Whatever. I'm going to assume only this, that there is something different about one that has the date band on it and the ones that don't. If you actually know, please comment, let me know. But taste-wise, I don't see much of a difference between this and the other ones. A lot of pepper. It's got some espresso, dark chocolate notes. This is a very, very strong, full-bodied cigar, and basically that will. If you like that, this is good for you. I like the mellower ones a little bit. I mean, I don't want to say mellower. I like the smoother ones a little bit more. I don't say I dislike it, but of all the Opus cigars that I've smoked, I'm gonna say that this one is a little bit lower on the list. But it's still worth a try if you can get your hands on it. I don't like to make any conclusions because cigars are a individual experience, right? So whatever I think is just my thoughts. I would definitely never make a judgment based on one cigar. Unfortunately, I only have one of these. So, based on my knowledge, I wouldn't buy another one because it's not fundamentally different than the regular oscuro, which is expensive enough on its own, and this little extra band down here bumped the price of this particular stick up on top of that. So, but hey, if you got money to blow, by all means pick some up, and happy smoking.